It's a loading screen. You know what that means, baby. It means Chobro left the Kyrix server. So this will be fun. Hello, everybody, and welcome
It's week 7,
to
so
the Learn Dota 2 League. Week 7, as Randy just said.
10 seconds.
Today, we're taking a look at how loud my volume is.
5 seconds remain. Radiant team.
if it's week 7, then somebody will have a mental breakdown today. But who will it be?
It'll be me. We're taking a look at the Fellowship of the Ping. That's the Kyrix team taking on How to Train Your Guardian. That's usually the Granola team, but he's not home today. With me here, as always, on Sundays, is the Doctor of Dota, Randy.
5 seconds remain.
Yeah, I'm here.
Say, it's an interesting. I think this is really the match on this board this week that has the second highest stakes. First place is obviously the Giraffe Lotus game because that is literally the determination of the 8th place seed on the bracket. If Giraffe 2-0s, he gets on. If Lotus does any better than that, if it's 1-1 or 2-0 for him, he gets on. I think this is second place though. Hypothetically, depending on how the chips fall everywhere else, this could propel the How to Train Your Guardian team to first, which is a pretty big benefit.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm getting added. Oh my god, they're asking to 4v5.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh man, come on. Last week was already a shit show. I want to watch Dota.
No, not these guys. This is
Not
happening in
this
the game
week.
you're not even watching, so.
He's 4v5ing.
Tall balls.
Alright. Why? Just FF. Who cares?
Damn!
Dire team pick. Radiant team.
Venomancer.
Really cannot be getting distracted by that right now. I really hope they don't FF so they can at least have a game to go out on, if nothing else. Venomancer,
Venomancer,
first pick.
2025.
Juggernaut, first pick. Okay, they are bringing that out early. I think it's a risky thing to be picking this Jug up this early. This is not a hero that is like... Especially not with those bans. They didn't really ban anybody that Jug doesn't like, per se. The Pit Lord's probably the worst. There's Dark Ace in chat. Shoutouts to Dark Ace. Oh yeah, I gotta open the prediction. Dark Ace is asking you to stand it. You should. You should. If ransoms will take you, you should.
Oh,
Yes or no, Randy? Quick.
no, I'm not standing in, dude.
What? Oh my god.
I haven't played Dota since March. Sorry, bro.
Well, they're looking for a Guardian, so...
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not calibrated.
Yeah, but like, I
not
think they would
Guardian.
take that.
5 seconds remaining.
Ransom set up to Crusader.
Nah, dude.
Radiant team.
Casting.
Come on.
Nah, dude, I'm casting.
Lame. Bro, you would rather those guys
Actually,
FF?
And then played Dota 2, yeah.
You would rather your boy Dark Ace take the FF?
Yeah, that's right.
Big
Sorry,
boy
Ace.
LaCroix, the guy who's like had so much bad shit happen to him, you really want his season to go out like this?
Season's already
10
dead,
seconds
man.
remaining.
You really want him to go out with not a bang but a whimper?
5 seconds
That was already
remaining.
gonna
You
happen
stood in for that
regardless
team
of
when
my
Howler quit.
Yeah, well, that not repeating.
Not even looking at this game basically.
Well, I'm looking at it. The Jug Axe first 2 picks.
Oh, Luth said that he was good waiting for Maddie after all, but they're getting a
Well,
draft
they just
penalty.
be
Oh my
so
god, shut up,
ridiculous.
Twitch! I hate how Twitch has like 3 domains. They always gotta remember what sites you've muted.
Dire team pick.
That did semi-like, okay. We will go ahead and start the prediction here at this point.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And let's let that run for 10 minutes. There we go. Predictions open. Okay, now I can actually look at this board and think constructively about what I'm looking at. I will say, I don't know anything about these stand-ins, so I don't know what kind of comfort or discomfort that these bands are going to have. I will say this, Ursa band really good. Like that, that was a very well thought out Ursa band. I kind of wish this guy was banned out instead of that Pit Lord, because this looks like a dreadful Pit Lord game. Jug into Wraith King is not, like, completely unworkable. Neither is Axe into Wraith King. No, neither of those are, like, completely unworkable matchups. They're not, like, nightmarish. But boy, they're really not nice. Jug kind of has to adopt the strategy of kill everybody else around the guy.
Yeah, you're like uncomfortable owning in
Yeah.
a fight. So there's a Wraith King.
Axe, you know, Axe can tank the first life, but he's kind of out of tricks when the Wraith King comes back up. So you do that has put the Kyrix team in this kind of awkward situation, where the way they're going to need to take fights is like have Axe distract the Wraith King while Jug kicks everyone else's ass, and that's a bit complicated. I don't think that's like unviable. It could happen. But, you know, every fight that starts out where the Jug Omni-Slashes bounces to Wraith King, he just eats it for the first life, is a fight they're gonna lose, so. Disruptor coming up. Guy who's been seeing a lot of use in pro games recently.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds
So we'll
remaining.
get the other support here.
Disruptor's most, I mean, yeah, there's not really, it's a weird situation with Disruptor. I don't think Disruptor, despite being a support, I don't think his value is usually in, like, you know, combating the other supports, which is 2/3 of the Granola team's lineup so far. I think his upside is traditionally more in what he does to, like, the cores. Against Wraith King, he's pretty solid, till the BKB comes out. You know, it's just a big, stupid guy who lumbers around slowly in fights, and the arena, the Disruptor arena, I mean, and the Glimpse are very good tools for that. Besides that, it's just kind of a general utility pick, you know, be able to send people home. There is at least a potential possibility of fun combos with the Disruptor with the Jug and the Axe, but right now I think that's kind of, I don't know, almost a pipe dream. You really need more CC to make that happen. This is not really going to do that for you, Windrunner here.
All one-word hero names. Except for
true.
Wraith King.
Very simple game of Dota. They banned out a lot of the 2-word names you'll
Also,
see too.
I'll say yes, all heroes that were in this game before like 2014, I'm pretty sure.
Shadow Shaman, Witch
5
Doctor,
seconds remaining.
the Vengeful Spirit, the Nature's Prophet, Quap. They're even banning out the multi-word named heroes.
Yeah,
The more
true.
complicated the hero name is, the more likely it is to be banned.
2014 game of Dota.
It really is, yeah. I mean, you never see Venomancer picked in even like an LD2L game in 2014. There's that. Or Disruptor for that matter. That guy took a long time to start getting appreciated in more organized Dota for whatever reason. He'd occasionally like show up, but
6, 5,
what's
4,
happening?
3.
Oh my god, okay.
Clinks.
Clinks.
One word.
You know when I was talking about, like, you know, killing the rest of the team around the Wraith King? I gotta tell ya, so long as you got detection on him, that is an extraordinarily easy guy to kill for
I don't know if
Chuck.
I like this Clinks give.
Yeah.
Especially since he's neutered.
5 seconds remaining.
The Nully.
You kind of just get called and die instantly.
Radiant
Like, if
Yeah.
Disruptor gets on you, I don't know about this one.
Yeah, he's pretty squishy. Pretty
You
squishy
really
and
die
a
in one fall.
scary game to be squishy, and you're gonna need... And the sad thing is, the Radiant has the Axe and they banned out the Pit Lord. There's not really that many like super tanky pause 3s, which is presumably what's coming out here. This could be a big bait, and it's going to secretly be a Wraith King pause 3, or it could be a flex, potentially. I don't really know they're 1 or 3 well enough to say that at this juncture.
Clink's pause 1, Wraith King pause 3, and we're getting a
Could
bid.
hypothetically a bid be a.
I don't think so. Well, they think so.
Could be
They're
Veno
banning
3 even. I know there is something you see once in a while at least.
mid. Veno 3, yeah, that's true. Clink's pause 4.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
But it's not really, no matter where the Wraith King is going, there's not really that much tankiness you could pick here. It's kind of the problem. Most of like the viable heroes to be tanky. Interesting, they're assuming it's 1 Clinks 3 Wraith King.
2,
By the
1.
commands. Night Stalker? Kinda tanky, I guess. I hate this as a Night Stalker game. This sucks.
It's like...
Good in a jug and
I love
terrible
the
in everything
Disruptor.
else.
Yeah. Or like, literally removed the Disruptor from the game, and
It's
like,
still
you just
really
click on
bad
jug and
because
not
you.
care.
It's still really bad because you still have the Axe who's just going to kick your ass if you try to kill
Yeah,
him.
but
You
the
still have
thing
the
is-
Windrunner who's going to be
They
able
have
to
access
ult
calling a
you.
Night Stalker that's good for Night Stalker, because his other heroes are doing so.
It's true. But the problem is that Axe doesn't need to call Night Stalker in that case, and this is not really a game where Night Stalker's going to be doing
Yeah.
anything else. Like, it's going to be mid. Night Stalker versus Kunkka mid. That's not 2014 Dota.
The dreadful Clinks game is the problem I'm seeing.
Yeah, and that's her, I assume, pause 1. I don't know where he's going, but I assume it's probably not offlane Clanks.
5 seconds remaining.
But you know, the Night Stalker, like, if he tries to beat up the Axe and the Axe wins, even if the Axe isn't calling him, the Axe is still going to win. The Disruptor makes his game look really bad. The Windrunner can, you know, shackle him to a tree from outside. Like, the Windrunner's not going to be in the blink silence, you know what I mean? She's not going to be in that AoE. It's just not good. It's just not real politic. That's not how she positions in fights. So there's a good chance you can just dive in, get tied to a tree, and focus fired, and that sucks to be you. Kunkka is another guy who does not like care about you being in his face and will gladly kick your ass, though you can at the very least disrupt a big part of his fight by doing that. You're just not going to survive very long doing so. You're basically Silencer at that point. Awkward Night Stalker game. He's also still really not tanky enough. Not as much as this guy would need. And is not a hero, like, you don't want to build Crimson Pipe on Night Stalker, you know? That's not really conducive to what the hero is, like, picked to do. And he's a mid anyway, so you're double not going to want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kinda a bunch of awkward, squishy guys versus a bunch of dudes who, like, deal with the awkward, squishy guys. And that jug, you better get a damn good hit on that jug. Because if you blink Void onto the jug, and he survives that Void, you die. If you blink Void onto the jug, and somebody force-stasks him out of your Void, you die. If you blink Void onto the jug... What is that stupid skill, right? No, it's Crippling Fear. Sorry. If you blink Crippling Fear onto the jug when he is actively spinning, you die. Like, that's pretty much as simple as it gets. Maybe another jug block. Good bay. Really, the way he's going to have to play the game is basically, you know, go around trying to find supports and nuking them without, like, the rest of their team being there. Because two guys in a location, Night Stalker doesn't really have anything to do about that in this game. And there's a slight problem with that idea.
Question mark?
Because there's another guy on this team who is just, you know, somebody who runs at supports whenever there's nobody else around them. Dire clears off from this level 1 go here. They're not going to contest.
Contact.
Just turn 360 degrees and walk away, as the kids on the internet used to say.
Interesting they don't like that level 1 fight, actually.
No, I get it. They're likely to win the fight, but they're likely to lose first blood in the process, is kind of the problem.
Yeah.
Night Stalker started at night. I don't know if this is going to help him as much here, maybe. Wraith King is just sitting in the wave. Alright, see ya? I don't know what that was about. Link's also sitting in the wave. I'm not really sure what this... Both sides offlane are just starting in the waves and do nothing. Alright. Yeah, Clinks is a puzzle. This is a tough Clinks lane. With that being said, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the match, the roll call. Oh my god, for the Fellowship of the Ping. Pause 1, you've got on the Juggernaut, Inno. So watch this here for a second. Make sure this doesn't go somewhere. Both these guys are just gonna lapse their entire health bars here. Yeah, they got him with a direct impact from the Disruptor's Blood Grenade. Says easy. Glad I stopped to watch that. Pause 2, you've got Chobro on the Kunkka, who's not currently in this team's Discord server. Pause 3, you've got Megaman, sponsored by VHS Tapes, on the Axe. Pause 4, you've got Renee L4 on the Windrunner. And pause 5, you've got Kyrix, captain of the team, on the Disruptor. Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, for How to Train Your Guardian, pause 1, you've got Wild Daddy. Pause 2, you've got Lumix, also known as Gundam. Oh, Daddy's on the Clinks, did I mention that? Pause 3, you've got Furious George standing in on the Wraith King. Clinks also stand in. Pause, that'd be Wild Daddy, also standing in. Nini, also known as Karisu, on the Lion. Pause 4. And on pause 5, you've got Barrett, also known as Venomancer, also known as a guy who almost just gave a kill up there. Two really tough lanes for the Granola team. Really, I don't really like Wraith King in a jug much, to be honest with you. I don't like Wraith King in a jug much, and I gotta tell you, the Disruptor does not really help that situation much. Not only did these guys get first blood, I would not be too surprised to see this line getting further tilted in their favor as it goes on. And can kind of be said here at the offlane for them. Clinks is already to the point where he's just kind of watching waves a lot of the time. No, Mega Man, that was a cringe battle hunger. He walked away from the road.
He's very dead. Rip Wraith King.
Yes, he is. Looked over here just in time to see him die.
This Wraith King kind of can't exist in this lane.
Trades between Windrunner and Venomancer here. Use these, Windrunner. Use your tangos. Eat your peas, Professor, as a wise man once said. Really bad, because this guy, he's not able to lane here, but the problem is he does not have the... Oh, he does have this trait. He's just got level 1 on the skill. Never mind. I'm so used to Wraith King only being able to be a ghost when he has that other trait. It seems very strange that it's available for both now. Really does not leave many good arguments for that one, I suppose. Now, Mega Man, stop using that on Clinks 1 second before he gets a last hit. Only use that when you have control of the wave.
Or use it on Venom to make him grief his Clinks.
Yeah. Still, even if the use of that skill isn't particularly effective, he is still up in last hits. Actually, everybody is. Kunk up by 1, but he's down several denies, and he's having to cart out a lot of regen here, while Gundam is securing water. Bonk. Ooh, Kunk actually missed the Tidebringer there. That's a little unfortunate. Very low. He's just gonna do jungle camps until he's ready to do this wave again. Funnily, that massive wave that just went under Wraith King's tower did push him up above Jug in the last hits category. not gonna contest this wave that's under his own tower either. Is now just barely made, and he missed 2 last hits. That's kind of unfortunate. They're starting to play this lane right, just trying to. Okay, now they're playing it wrong. I was gonna say just trying to see ground, or maybe they're not. You know, the Lotus.
Not like this. That's a rough one.
Lotus comes out. Oh my God, Inno,
Oh, the healing word.
Inno, the hero, saves Disruptor there from being killed by Wraith King skeletons.
Game is over for my Wraith King.
Yeah, that is, you know, people are playing Wraith King Pause 3 at a higher level, but don't really get it twisted what that means. They're not playing Wraith King Pause 3 at a higher level because he's an awesome hero to build, you know, auras on and stuff. They're playing Wraith King as the highest level Pause 3 a lot as a second Pause 1. You need a good early game. You're just, you know, you're not going to get it with a lane that looks like this, that's for sure. It'd be pretty rough for him. You know, I was talking right before that about how Wraith King had gotten back up, how he was playing the lane right, playing it very defensively. Should not be trying to trade with this guy. I think he's kind of a nutcase for trying to trade with this guy so willingly.
Yeah, because he's tried it 3 times, and every single time it looked like he's
Goodbye,
about to pull the jug, and
Klinks.
then
Okay, never mind. Whoa. There's one bit of good news for Klinks. That stupid ability to just eat a creep instantly does kind of ruin the battle hunger a little bit. Had that not happened, Klinks would have absolutely been dead there. Not that he's having a great time otherwise. He's still down pretty considerably last hits. Somewhat considerably for denies. Oh, no, baby. Didn't see that happen. I can assume what went down here, but Yep, didn't see that happen, but you never like to hear SV, and then 1 frame later the Night Stalker dies.
Yeah, see you in 130 seconds. 140 seconds, so.
It's gonna really, it's gonna really be a bit painful for Night Stalker as far as doing some early game rotations, which is probably what he would be ideally wanting to do right now. Especially when his side lanes. He's doing like disproportionately better than either of his side lanes, frankly. You know, keep in mind a lot of these last hits on Klinks or Wraith King are coming from small camps too. Well, net worth chart. Okay, Klinks maybe not, but Wraith King definitely is in Poverty City right now. Klink's gonna lose like over half his health. Axe contests this massively pulled up camp.
Don't get tower shot.
He did not really contest that very well. I feel like you really want a point of your Q. You know, at some point. I think I'd rather have 1 less level of the battle hunger. A point of the Q. You can really easily contest a situation that looks like that if you have the Berserker spell. It is getting worse and worse for Lumix. Poor Gundam was on top, or at least on parity for most of this lane, but now he's down over 10 last hit. Oh no. Oh my god, this stupid creep eating thing again. That was genius in a way. They pulled the camp so Wild Daddy could just walk to the wave going there.
Konka's here, causing
Konka dropped the bomb on Night Stalker. This will be awesome if the Winter Nose is dead. And this would also be awesome for the Axe if he had a single level of his Q, but he doesn't. Very awkward. At that level of his Q, the Dire get a lot more ability to control their lane here. Look at the flight recap, that's a 2-for-1 trade. The cumulative offlane for Lion here. It's a big swing for Dire and kind of gets Klinks back on his feet.
On Larry King, who is dead.
Yeah. Doesn't even get to get the protest shot on Inno. Inno's level 6 Wraith King is not even halfway through level 5. It is looking bad. Also, Veno just
Dire's
went a little far forward there. He's got himself, I believe that was a Culling Blade. Can't tell for absolute sure, but I believe that was a Culling Blade. Lion is currently stewarding over mid, while Night Stalker is just simply stewing. I think a double damage could do a lot here, depending on how this goes out. Looks like he's gonna just try and use it to get the tower through. Like both sides blocking the ways here. Gundam looks for the rune for a second and then sees Chobra walk in with a double damage. Says, never mind. You might be just saying never mind in general, frankly. Gunk walking out with this, double damage, looking for this little fight happening at top. Oh no, Axe, okay. Whew! He almost had it happen again.
The boat.
Probably should not have used the battle hunger there on the Axe, but who cares? Doesn't really do much. SV coming into this. This is a poor plan.
Yeah, Axe is very dead. Oh. Nice call.
Yeah, that call saved his life, that's for sure. You know, a lot of people don't like the Vanguard on Axe ever right now. I think this actually would have been a really good lane for it. I mean, the Clinks has the burning arrows, make no mistake, but that's just bonus damage now. That doesn't, it's not magic damage on top of the bonus damage anymore. I mean, it is, I guess, if it's got stupid rules. It's got dumb rules, but the actual fire arrows are not even fire arrows anymore. So, also Rip Wraith King again. He died without enough mana to reincarnate. Yikes!
Get him! Run at the fool.
Well, this is not as bad as the lane was legally allowed to go for the Juggernaut, but if you can believe it, the Wraith King's actually ahead of him. He is still about 1,000 gold up from his dire counterpart, who is the top net worth member of the enemy team, and he is nearly twice Wraith King's net worth. That is like rotten looking. That is not what you want to have happen. So very good display of how this double pause one shtick can go wrong for you here.
I think it's a good display of how an aggressive
they are diving Wraith King past T2 bot here.
Geno's dead. Bridge too far, my friend.
Yeah, he is, and he actually died to the Wraith King there. He was about to get a double kill. Nope, never mind. And they killed Disruptor's Courier too. That had a lot of stuff on it as well. Would have made sense with the Windrunner there, but the Windrunner was not even close to that when it started, so... Not great. It was giving Wraith King at least something of a boost. He is still in last place for the cores, but... Axe is not allowed to be here right now, bro. You literally, you know that both their supports are at the bot lane, right? Like, this is when you hit the tower, my friend. This is when you do what Inno is doing. There was no reason being in the camp there.
Yeah, Inno was pushing the wave, so you can, you know...
That's true, Inno was pushing the wave after I started that diatribe.
It's a little reverse. You should be Inno and... Well, Axe pushes the wave and then Inno swoops in to kill the rest of the tower, but...
Very awkward looking fight coming down here. Okay, hold on, a one melee creep. Awkward fight coming down here. Disruptor wants to defend the tower. Nobody else on his team does. Kunga comes in super late, drops a bunch of skills on literally nothing. Nothing comes out of it. Very awkward. I think that trade would have been good if they had actually committed to the trade, if they had TPs down bot to clear that, but... I got something coming out with Sacred Relic. Guessing probably Radiance.
Has to be goodbye, runner.
She got the haste rune anyway, though. This is a little nuts at this point. It's like the Dire literally just running around his
My Cook is dead. This is 3 kills in a row that they've just gone like 4v1.
Okay,
what
huge
a
call.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Going to
Not
take the
doom.
Clinks out for that.
I guess
Going to
Kind
take
of
the
insane.
Venomancer out for that.
that was insane.
1 for 2 there,
Ugh.
which puts them basically at equal, I guess, considering Radiant also dropped the Disruptor before that, but in their favor because they had the higher net worth. But you know what I mean. Just the Kyrix team is not really, like, playing around this well at all. I don't know if it's a communication issue, but, like, this team is not allowed to be doing this deathballing strat when they're so far behind, right? Like, if you see this happening to you, you gotta call for the TP. So I guess the problem there is that Kunkka left the Discord server, so...
Yeah, well, scream at him in voice chat. I don't know.
Very awkward. Very awkward responses. They buckled down, got together. They could turn these goes into like major disasters for the Dire. Or at least they could have. They're kind of losing that privilege now. Still well ahead on the cores, but
Dire's middle tower. has
Kunkka
fallen.
comes and looks at the T1 mid to kill it. Dire have now lost all of their T1s. Pretty quick order. I think in a quick order, even though lane was pretty bad for Clinks, he's managed to turn around at least a little bit since. He's got himself an Orchid already, which is going to be kind of worrying for Jug in some of these early fights, perhaps. He is getting his Mantis soon enough, but that Mantis going to have a lot of Masters. He's going to have to use it pretty well to get the job done. Accesses Blade Mail, which I don't think he's gotten to use maybe one time, effectively, since he got it. Going for his Blink, he'll have that pretty soon, though. Night Stalker's got an Echo Saber. Interesting, no Blink even coming out. I think I would absolutely do early Blink on this guy, because so much of your game is just going to be jumping on the Jug or the Axe early in the fight to try and stop their game plan before they can do anything, right? Trying to just prey on the Disorder, trying to play on the supports as well. Feels like, at the very least, I'd like to see Yasha into Blink into S and Y. I think that's the minimum I'd like to see on him. Wraith King's saving up a lot of money, presumably going for his Radiance, which at this grade he is not going to have for a minute. They're looking here, they've correctly sniffed this out. They're looking for Inno in the bot lane.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to spend TP? Not if he gets silenced first thing.
They're gonna die.
Yeah, they're going to get him.
Oh, done.
100 to 0.
Smoke, good smoke.
Can't really do anything about that in kind, because the pause one for the Dire is with them. Kunkka is just hitting
Yeah, they're
camps
just
over
like-
here.
These cores are so split, it's like crazy, and they're really like pincering on that.
Yeah,
Like
it's,
these guys are not playing 5 at all. Like, you see Axe like on the other side of the world, and Kunkka's like kind of nearby with the supports. They're just running around. Like
Yeah.
it's a bit strange.
Kyrix team playing almost like a pub game here, if I'm being honest. Like there's no communication, no planning going on at all.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Link on the axe is out. Presumably he's gonna start fighting now, which... I mean, frankly, I would have liked to see a little earlier. I definitely think there was a lot of opportunities for him to TP in, or do what he's doing right now and just use the smoke as his spear point. You have the Yasha out on the Night Stalker.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gonna get sports? Question mark.
Oh, we do have somebody participate in the prediction. $500 on Granola.
Oh,
Got
alright.
the
No.
lion. You didn't need to
I would
call that
not-
guy.
Oh,
That was
no,
just a
deserve
waste
gold
of your-
leader, actually.
It's a waste of your mana and time not to get the Calling Blade there. Got the kill of Lacer's that. And also got Kunkka's Radiance. Kunkka bought Radiance after, like, as his second big item, and he still beat Wraith King to it. That's where Wraith King is at right now. He is doing, uh-oh. Oh, baby. They're looking at him. Oh, they're not getting him. They were not smoked or anything. That's super awkward. They were not smoked, they just walked right past a watcher.
Tis your honor.
That's really all they do is mildly annoy him.
Yeah, he's just gonna go deeper into the jungle somewhere else.
Dire's bottom tower is
Not
under
great
attack.
for him, but
Radiant structures are fortified.
given how behind he is at the moment and how fast the Radiant are farming, it's not that big of a loss, I don't think.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Disruptor. Almost looks like he's going for a bait play here, but it's like way too effective. He just dies immediately, well before his team is actually there.
2v5.
Axe comes in with the blade mail here. Unfortunately, the... Okay.
Oh, nice Sony flash though.
It's going to... All it's really going to get is just the...
Okay. Maybe the worst go I've ever seen.
Yeah, that looked horrible.
My support dies, and then like 2 people go into 5 when like Winter is standing back, and I know it's kind of half committed.
Got poor Nenny though.
Oh.
What do you mean,
okay.
Bone? What was that?
Maybe XM would have been sick. But...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if he X'd him, that would have been a very dead guy. So all things said, that's
really cringe.
3 for 2, 4 for 2.
What's going on here?
Maybe they. Klinks is struggling against this Windrunner. Oh no, baby. This ain't good. Look ahead. Yeah, baby. He got him.
Dead?
Not the glimpse.
He's dead.
Oh yeah, he's still dead anyway. But what the fuck was that? I've never seen somebody grief harder than that.
Kyrix wants to kill you, you know? He deserves it.
True.
Yeah, I don't know about that initial go. Like, it's a very fractured team. I'll
3
tell
for
you
3.
that.
Yeah, they're definitely on different levels today. It feels like there's a major communication
Radiant's
breakdown on
middle
Kyrix
tower
lineup.
is under attack.
Granola team doing a very good job taking advantage of it. You know, I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot this
Dire's
season.
top
It's
tower
like,
is under attack.
you know, one guy is making mistakes. Your team should not be the up team, and yet you are. But that's not necessarily a condemnation of you, because it's still, you're taking advantage of a downside. Every human being makes mistakes. You see him every game in LD2L, and half the time they don't get punished, right? Like, you know, there is something to that. They're gonna go in
This is
big.
so funny.
All they're gonna get on is Venomancer though. It's not really much. Wraith King awkwardly close to the Jug here. If Jug just runs into this camp, he's gonna find him, but no dice. Walking away, building up Blink Dagger next. Chug Manta style is just about done. 17, yeah, he's got it. That's going to be a very big deal for him. He's been feeling really vulnerable. That I mentioned that Clink Orchid can make him feel really bad in the early game, and thus far it has been. Partially because it's just a natural, you know, counterpart, and partially because in a lot of these fights it's been, you know, Jug versus the world. Nobody has been around to help him out in those situations. Mostly because, you know, he's often in after the rest of his team has already died, but hey, there's something. BKB up next on the Kunkka. Another pretty big power spike item. BKB coming out on the Night Stalker. It's still a pretty solid BKB, but they did not get Jug this time. He was able to hit the Manta TP. Manta spend TP. If the Radiant is smart, they're going to push this tower now. At least make the Dire TP away before they get back, and maybe if Dire overcommits here, they get it. Dire actually going to do Tormentor. Yeah, they're going to do Tormentor here.
And they don't see them on the map, so they assume they're doing something. And
no, they actually scanned it.
The push.
They scanned it. Axe and Windrunner are waiting by the Tormentor, but the rest of the team isn't like going for this. And Axe and Disruptor have to now leave. They're like, they were banding up by the Twin Gate to make it go there, and it just like fell apart. And that's exactly what I'm talking about in this game. Like, that is a pub level play. And I'm going to blame Kunkka for that. He should have been there for that. That was a good go. And I'm going to blame Disruptor too, because he was also not there. But you know. Now, instead of being able to get a go from behind there, or a push, you get a bad base race. And what do you know? The team with the Clinks beats the team with the support Windrunner at killing
Yeah, in
buildings.
fact, he may not even get this tower.
No, they're leaving.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay,
Just
well,
so awkward, just not good.
Radiant's bottom
That's
tower
not good.
is
I
under
wish there was a better way
attack.
to say it, but
Radiant structures are fortified.
counter glow.
Dire's
No, they can't.
top tower is under
yeah, they already
attack.
used that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But
You
you know,
guys
in a world
coming?
where this team has good communication, right? Either... Oh, baby, that's not good. Either everybody commits to the push and just goes in on it, or everybody commits to going to the Twin Gate and killing the Tormentor, or everyone just leaves. One of those three things happens. And instead what happens is everyone sits there for 15 minutes and then they leave.
Kyrix dies.
And yeah, Kyrix
Radiant's middle
dies.
tower is under
Alright,
attack.
Kyrix is
I
solo
am
dead.
the Juggernaut,
Time
I
to go
will
in?
avenge my friend.
Because last time Kyrix died, would be bad, but it was time to go in.
Yeah, Jug was running for them too. He was about to He was about to raw drop the Omni on the Wraith King. He's flown 2,000 gold.
Oh?
Only
13th
looking for
X.
what
And
here?
a bunch of spells.
On the
Okay.
wrongest guy.
Hello? What's going on?
BKB reveal on the Kunkka. It's going to be his 9-second BKB, but that is not the way you want to use that.
What is going on?
Well, that guy's not in the Discord server, so... Yeah, it's rough and rotten all over, I don't know. Deso out now on the Clinks. We have a Ghost Scepter on the line, so he shouldn't be as vulnerable to the Omnis. Actually, both supports, which is going to be infuriating for Jug. I don't know about that, Lincolns. I think you really want... You're not going to be any less harmed in this situation if you have the Lincolns, right? If they have so much to do after the first, you know, whatever. I think what you really want is you just want to be able to go in, and to go in right now, you need Noli. I think you really need to get Noli next.
Yeah.
Next blank, but probably Noli. Fairness, I don't think he necessarily knows that they have those right now. I don't think either of those guys have showed them since they got them, but I think if he's really going to regret that Lincoln Sphere. If he needs something like that, what he really needs is he needs somebody else on his team to build him a Lotus, because Lincoln's ain't going to cut it. You Lincoln's the Lion's Q, and then he has W, or you know, vice versa. You Lincoln's the Clink's Silence, and you know, then you still got so many other things that can drop on you. Vino is often opening fights by hitting him with the ult, which means it's, you know, one more thing that might hit him, or God forbid the Spirit Vessel, which would be pretty much a complete waste of his thing. Got the Wraith King Stomach, just too much stuff for the Lincolns here. You know, build Lotus Orb on somebody else, that suddenly changes. The Venomancer's going to think twice about ulting you if it's going to ult him back. You know what I mean? Most of these things are good reflex or things you can dispel the Lotus Orb, so... Just ask your homeboys. Just ask Kunkka or the Windrunner or something, you know? Or just accept that this is going to be something you would more optimally want to rely on your team for, and just build more offensive stuff instead, which is probably the better option, all things considered. Link's hunting for supports here in the jungle. He's going to find one, actually. Probably not the one he wants, since this one has a Dispel.
Not that interesting.
Jug. Okay, we have the Disruptor ult on this.
That's... oh no!
But like, why did he take that though? He didn't even Omni. Why did he take that? That was insanity. He just assumed that because the Disruptor ult dropped on him, the rest of the team was there. You know, no, that's not the case. Not true.
Yeah, of course, they're off doing something very important.
True, Axis pushing up the T2 mid he's a very good tower pusher, you know.
Kunkka's in a dead lane. It's not a dead lane, to be fair.
I mean, these aren't bad options, but like,
Dire's
Jesus
top
Christ.
tower is under attack.
They've actually lost the net worth advantage as a team. And the funny thing is that they still have the number 1 and number 2 guy in the lineup. It's just Axe is starting to fall off. He's just not farming fast enough, and the supports on their team are just destitute. Kyrix has died a million times. What do you expect? This is just a bluff. I like that. He just puts up the Disruptor Arena on the Klinks, misses, and the Klinks is like, let's get out of here.
It's fair in Quincy's case in particular because you don't see an axe on the map.
Yep. But it is still a bluff. AC up next for the Kunkka. Klinks is leaving his intentions vague. BKB, BKB, many BKBs. Everyone's building it basically. It doesn't have it. Except for the Jug who's building Lincolns.
Huh? Thanks.
You
This is
have,
back to port.
okay, we have the good call,
This
follow
is
it up,
back
and
to
he's
hell.
gone. And Dax keeps accidentally killing people with spins and can't culling blade anybody. He's gonna finish his BKB though. That's a very good pick. Feels like the first time somebody on the Dire was like in danger in a very long time. The first time somebody had split on Dire in a very long time.
Radiant structures are
Wraith
fortified.
King just walking a
Very
bit
dire.
too, just
Dire is
gets
kind of
everybody
secretly
in.
also playing very fractured.
Yeah. They were for a very long time not doing that. I think they're starting to come out of the jungle now, but they're not really sure where the blunt of the offensive should be. Or the spear point should be, rather. It's the opposite of the blunt.
Oh, this is my weekly crush.
Dire's middle tower is
Windrunner
under
building
attack.
late near.
I think it is my weekly crush.
Kunkka almost to the AC here. It's because you have the Hex installed.
Yeah. Should I have Hexen installed? You
Big
guys ever played
smoke.
Hexen?
Yeah, it's LD2L. People here are like 40. They
that's true.
they might actually
That's
have
what I'm
some.
saying, yeah.
Oh no, not like this, baby. Okay, the Lincolns does actually come out there. They get the reveal, and instead of a big kill on the Jug, they get a very tiny kill on the Windrunner into a great axe call. Link's gonna go down again. Jug does the Omni Slash. Doesn't really accomplish much with it though.
I got to see the end of this fight.
But
Okay, Jordan.
why are they not happy?
Glimpse? Nice one. This Disruptor is making some
Kunkka
god
is
tier plays here.
only now in this team fight, by the way.
My Disruptor is a god? Question mark?
The Wraith King's
See that
dead.
shit?
Gonna stun out the Kunkka before he dies. Kunkka's gonna hit the BKB rather late in this fight, but doesn't seem to matter here in this case. Grease is
My Disruptor may have just saved this game in
Maybe.
that fight. That was actually insane.
The Radiant play with their food a little bit at the end of that fight, but overall it was pretty well orchestrated. Big swing in their favor. I see somebody who's watching live just cheered for them. He's gonna finish up the AC on Kunkka if he actually shows up next fight. That'll be quite
He's
something.
going out.
And
going
now
for the
he's going
grave.
to die.
Going up to his own funeral.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
unfortunate.
they must have picked that Klinks when they read that Kunkka was not in the server anymore. Like, that must genuinely have been what happened, because like, that is such a perfect pick for what the, what this team is doing right now. Just these two guys that are just there to prey exclusively on uncoordinated teams. It's really what these two big picks do. If you're uncoordinated, these guys are the grim goddamn Reaper for you, right?
Radiant's
Yeah.
bottom
And,
tower is under attack.
Are executing that pretty well, to at least some extent. The Radiant is doing at least a good job of not completely overtly showing their asses, but building up the Eye of Scotty next. Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Seems to me like the Juggernaut's goal here is to treat the Wraith King like the pause one and just try to fight him out every fight. I think that's a blunder. I think that's a miscall. I think I was talking about during pick phase of, like, this is not a Wraith King 1v9 game. That is not happening in any capacity. Like, if you kill everybody on Wraith King's team and then he revives, even in the best case scenario, he's still got to work into the call. He's still got to work into all the Kunkka shit, all of the disruptor abilities are going to keep him knocked around, right? Like, the best possible world
Radiant's top
for
tower
the
is
Wraith
under
King here.
attack.
It's still a pretty bad one
Radiant's
for him,
top
all
tower
things
has
considered. So, I think definitely should be thinking more about getting rid of the rest of the team. Letting Axe do the heavy lifting here. Movement here around
Radiant's
the
middle tower is under
triangle here, the Radiant Triangle, Dire invading it. Kunkka remembers what happened to him last time he died and says, hey, why not one more time? Gives Roche a high five. No. Okay, good. Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe? Okay, that's a huge glimpse.
Okay.
attack.
Disruptor
It's
kind
very
of
huge.
miscalled where that clip
The
was
glimpse
going to land.
The glimpse is too huge, in fact.
Is under attack.
Kunkka finds another friend over here, is going to bring the Venomancer to his team, get another kill. Poor Axe
Sorcerer's
misses.
casually
another
dead.
Coin Blade. This Axe is like is having a bad day despite his like KDA, just because he's just missing all the Culling Blades. He hasn't gotten one since he got one in lane phase, I don't think. It's been a minute. It's ironic, it's like these guys are too squishy for Axe. He just keeps killing him so fast, he literally does not have time to hit the button. Not on that British ping, innit? Gonna have a Clink Dagger coming out. Kunkka does not have anything cute here. Night Stalker going for his own nullifier.
Gold for my chest.
So terrifying. Okay, they're actually gonna retreat on Dire. That's kind of funny. The Night Stalker sitting there with the DD. Most people on Dire just sitting there. It could have been a 3v1,
Radiant
but
are scanning.
instead, the Radiant are gonna smoke and invade jungle. They're gonna walk right into the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
It's gonna break on
And
Kunkka.
nobody is in no man's land.
Is under attack.
Yeah, he is super dead looking. I don't think the Disruptor ult was necessary. Axe, once again, you really should not have called. Like, if he just blinked in there and hit the Culling Blade immediately, we'd have gotten it. That's rather sad. Still, they're gonna just knock over the Night Stalker instantly and take the momentum right to the Roche pit, which is a good plan. The Dire could not counter this if they wanted to, and they shouldn't want to, frankly. Not after losing the Night Stalker so easily there.
Dire are scanning.
They scan it out, but they don't get any information that 2 seconds from now is not going to fly for them. Okay, so taking this, it's going to be Jug taking this. So it's at least going to be one team fight where he's not going to be quite
Radiant's
so
top
easy to
tower
just get
is
rid
under
of.
attack.
Lion smells blood in the water and heads for higher
Radiant
ground.
structures are fortified.
They are really struggling with vision up here. Dire vision on their side of the map is like everywhere. It's omnipresent. So you're not really going to be able to parlay this into like
Radiant's
picks.
top tower is under attack.
I think speaking of picks, is going to pick off their top T2.
Dire's middle tower. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Dire mid T2 is going to take a fall here. I only have one more outer tower, so
Run
Radiant.
uphill randomly. Alright. Agents uphill.
Yep. They do have a pretty decent uphill team. I'm gonna drop it on the... You're gonna try and drop on the Juggernaut here. Again, Juggernaut sees the Wraith King immediately runs at this guy. Wraith King first life is down. That's actually a little worrying.
Very
He's so
fractured.
fast in this fight. Going to take out the Night Slugger is going to take out
I
the
know.
Windrunner on the back line. First life for the Juggernaut is gone.
That was so fractured. They're not playing together.
No, they're not. That was a great example of like the mental effect of the Night Stalker. Like if Windrunner just stayed with the formation, if the Windrunner had stayed with the formation, then things would have been awesome there, I think. But Windrunner trying and failing to get away there actually kind of grieved their team. They all spread out to try and make a save, did not get the job done. Axe calling the Wraith King gets the job done. Lion gets cut to ribbons, but does not get the Ghost Scepter out.
Despite that awkward uphill, they get what they want.
Yeah. Yeah, the good news is that the Night Stalker gave them a very easy kill and split up their team.
Oh, okay.
The bad news is that
Good
what that was
stand,
worth is like a couple more seconds.
This time Clink ain't gonna
Goodbye,
escape.
Clinks. We're dead. Buyback's coming in.
Free
Everybody
buyback.
buys back. Except for
They
Wraith
don't
King.
care, I don't think.
They're
Maybe
going
they
to
care.
care.
Oh, nice
Shackle.
check. Doesn't matter.
Kunk is so hard to kill.
Yeah, it's
Finally, the guy who could...
good.
That was an awkward situation, because the two guys who could actually punish them for that extension were, like, the longest gone. They ran the hell out way too quick, honestly. If Inno and Axe had stayed closer to the rest of the team there, I think they could have just turned around, snapped the Night Stalker's neck, and kept up the pressure there, but... Because they were a million miles away and they're lower supports, or not even supports, they're Kunkka in that case, not having a good time getting out.
And much
did not
ado
work out for
about
them.
one range tracks.
Yeah. 3 for 4, 3 buybacks. That looks like it was bad for the Dyers, actually an unmitigated disaster. As always, gold change does not count for those buybacks, right? I mean, I can tell you, the Lion would absolutely not have made money on that fight after the buyback, right? So.
You just lose the game next fight, especially if they bother killing that tier 2.
Yeah.
They might not. So,
Gotta
there's
go
that.
finish advance the fight. Just going for the butterfly here. The Clinks does not have anything that's going to be doing anything about that. He's going for Swift Blink. He's got Bloodthorn potentially that can help him out here. Could be quite big, but that requires the silence to actually be affecting the Juggernaut, and that's not quite as easily done as it is said. Axe going for the Shiva's Guard here, probably the right call. Wraith King going for the AC, I can't argue with that either, frankly. And Stalker still has that Nully under construction here. Believe he did naturally spawn, so just didn't die in that offense. He was the one who didn't go down. He can get that Nully relatively soon if he wants to, though he is holding for the buyback here, which is not only for the best. It is like kind of game over. You know? You know? Okay, that's probably fine.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
Oh!
Man, they just are committed. They're
Wait.
so committed to the Wraith King, man. He has Omni. He's waiting for Wraith King to come back up. He's gonna use it. He's dead.
Dead instantly.
Wraith
Yeah.
King got shredded. Okay.
Okay, so it's actually a thick fight the whole time.
Yeah, I guess so. That's his buyback.
Lion almost got glimpsed back to safety, but he was mana draining, so he was debuff immune.
Finally.
So he got
Oh
this
my god, the big call! Biggest call in
What
the
a
world!
call.
If Wraith King's dead, the game is over. Wraith King dies, the game is over. It's game over. Goodbye.
Just want to point out again that Lion was debuff immune because of a shard, so he died when he would have gotten glimpsed back to Fountain.
Awesome.
Pretty good.
Whew.
1500 gold lost the game. Well, it had nothing to do with losing the game, but we can pretend it did.
This is a situation where I think overall, things considered, how it looked in draft is kind of how the game ended up going. The thought I had on this lineup is that it's like a very squishy lineup for a game with a jug and an axe in it. And that, you know, just look here, even Axe 1v1 against the Clinks, like nobody's even looking at him, everyone's looking at the Night Stalker up there. And the axe gets to live. The axe gets to kill the Clinks, and he's not even like that hurt. Right, like the team was just like too squishy. There was just such, not even necessarily a damage gap. This is one of those rare cases where it's like the opposite. It's like the HP gap, the armor gap, the tankiness gap is what really killed them here. You have this Klinks who just dies in like a half second in fights. You have this Night Stalker who has to dance around with the utmost grace. He was doing a good job of that. Make no mistake, the Night Stalker really did not die this game that many times, and a couple of them were situations he really couldn't have done anything about, like getting the smoke gang dropped on his head, right? Like the dire lineup just too squishy there, just too squishy to continue existing. And the Radiant, well, to be frank, I must crash. There we go. The Radiant did a very bad job at first of actually dealing with that. It felt like they did come together more as the game went on, right? It did feel like that problem was much lesser as the game came to a conclusion. Maybe they realized they were getting dicked, turned it around, but... Jesus Christ, is my game ever gonna load? Dota 2. Okay, there we go. Holy hell. But yeah, I mean, that's long and short of it. The only person who could stand up to really anything the Radiant could bring was the Wraith King. I think How to Train Your Guardian probably looked like they were playing better in this game, but I feel like the draft advantage was really what did the job here. And some good turnarounds later on, a few good big calls, a few good big conquer moments as well. A few big good disruptor moments even. Only Renee is washed. We'll see what happens next time.